on board, and it's fun. And I have beer. Can't see much of that. See, it's called Dad Beer. It's actually pretty good. All right, so let's start with. This was a invite-only event. Drift Union decided to do like a year-end video, and I went and took pictures because I didn't do video. Didn't know how. Wasn't very good at it. Whatever you want to call it. Didn't do video. Oh. There we go. Twitch is online. Okay. So, anyway, this is Devin Francis. If you don't know who he is, look him up. He makes really awesome videos. Not sure who he's working for currently, but always really good content. Made a really cool documentary series from a trip to Korea to watch a Canadian hockey team. Very cool. This is the infamous Steve Thompson, who was escaped back to Australia to do Land Cruiser things. I don't know. Yeah, I hope he gets back to drifting one day because it was really fun to watch him drive. But Land Cruiser man, and surfing and ski-doos. And hi, Steve. We miss you. So if you don't know who Drift Union is, you probably don't know who Drift Union is. They're old, like me. Logan is in the front there with his Legacy, which doesn't exist anymore. It's in a scrap pile, I'm pretty sure. Sean still has that FC, and I'm pretty sure Steve's Soar still exists somewhere, but I don't know who has it. These guys drove together for years. Great fun. Always loved the purple, and they just shred every day. That was pretty much their thing. Sean puts on pretty much all of the drifting events at Penticton Raceway. So if you've been to one there, you've probably met Sean. I don't know why the Legacy makes the most smoke in this picture, because it has the least amount of power, but Logan. Anyway, this is, I guess, mostly what they were known for was door rubbing. I wouldn't say they never had any accidents, but very rarely. Like, these guys just pushed pretty hard and got very, very good and continue to get better as the years went on. Sean and Logan are probably two of the best drivers I've ever come across. I guess I'm like a grassroots standing, but you can put them in any situation and they'll find themselves on somebody's door. Anyway, some more pictures. Again, Logan making all the smoke. Sean's rotor, I don't know if he had the new motor in at this point, but his car has never been like big power. It makes somewhere between, I think, 300 and 400 horsepower. But it's always been reliable, which blew my mind with the rotary. Like, just never something I saw. It's been, I think he's had this same chassis 10 years at least. Maybe he's got one rebuild in it. But it just keeps on ticking. I think he's done more body work than anything else. These guys came out to do some lapping between our runs. They're little midget cars. But they were a blast to watch between the sessions. These things are fast, like really fast for their size. Alright, that's a lot of... I love panning shots. Wasn't very good at them though. Anyway, more of this. Probably one of my favorite shots was here. You can see Sean trying to find Steve back there in the corner. And Logan doing Logan things, just looking forward and going. that transition off the bank, if you don't hit it right, it gets real gnarly. And Logan did not hit it right. He came down a little late there. As you can see, kind of the rubber fades off where he is. And that transition gets pretty rough. More fun. This was... I gotta find the video for this one again one day. I had no idea where it went, but that's Logan, Sean, and Steve. Steve's gonna burn out because I think he broke something. And there's Cole running around taking video. You can see Devin in the background here. There's a little tripod. I don't know if you can... Oh. I just realized you guys can't see my screen. So let's try again. Okay. Devin. That's better. Might have had too many beers. Okay, so Devin Francis, really cool guy. Really awesome videos. Go check him out. More Steve Thompson. And yeah, I really have no idea. Like, these guys were just great fun to watch. Had way too much fun at life. Anyway, here's Logan making too much smoke again. Little midget cars. These things are still crazy fast. I love them. Watching them go up Knox is a whole nother story. Like, it's a pretty small car and you're driving up a hill with cliffs. But they're essentially like, I think it's a like 1.6 liter in it. So they make pretty good power in A, and the car weighs nothing. So they're fast. More of the drifting and funness. Anyway, here's that transition I was talking about. Logan coming off the bank. It's rough. Like, if you get out that far, it's not a fun transition. And if you have an S13 and you get out that far, you are bending a tie rod. Ask me how I know. Okay, anyway, here's this picture I was talking about a minute ago. Was Cole's on the left there, running between the cars with a GoPro, I'm pretty sure. And then I think that's Jack on top of the car, Eric beside the car to the right, and maybe Jordan's on top of the car. That was the Hot Boys. That was the year that they all lived in Kelowna. Man, this was a long time ago, 2012. Wow. It was a good time. And this was basically just burnouts. Anyway, next event was... Oh, this was part of... Oh, no, this was... Yeah, okay, so these are going to be smaller pictures, but we'll go with what we can. This was Drift West, so they decided to come out from Alberta out to Penticton to run an event. Most of these guys I hadn't really met or seen before. A couple of them I knew. Like Sean Hawley, I've known for way, way too long. He eventually moved out to BC and he doesn't do cool things anymore. He just drives just an automatic 4Runner and sells more radio things. If you need stereo stuff, go talk to Sean. I think that was Matt Murphy in his Mustang before it went really kind of wild and crazy. Devin Horsley. Can't remember who that was. Yeah. I can't remember who half these... Oh, there's Aaron Day. I remember that car because he came down to Evergreen later, in a couple years later in that car. Oh, Curtis Goat. This was my favorite Curtis Goat car ever. I'm very sad he got rid of it. I understand why he got rid of it, but I'm still very sad. It had a lot of different variations of this car, but it was still my favorite car. It was I think a 1J or 2J car. It made a couple, like maybe 400 horsepower at this point. It was just like, it looked clean all the time. he drove it like he stole it, and it was perfect. More Devin. Oh, Jordan. So this was probably the first SR swap Miata I ever saw. I don't know why Jordan was on such weird rear wheels at this point, but yeah, it's SR swap Miata. It made pretty good horsepower. It was fun. He just ripped this thing. And so there's this is the definition of difference. So Curtis Goat, very much into the style of the car. Car is low, very low. Aaron Day behind him was very much into the performance of the car. Car is not as low. I mean, it's still pretty low as far as S13s and stuff go, but not nearly as low as Goat's. Yeah. Big differences here. More Jordan. Oh, I think this was Lauren? I don't know. I'll figure it out one day. Somebody remind me who that was. I have no idea who this was. I should know. Was it Drift? Yeah, I don't know. More Curtis. More Matt. Jordan. Can't remember his name. Anyway, I met a bunch of cool people this weekend. It was a lot of fun. But I don't remember who's in. Oh, there's Alex Lee. Yeah. Some of you might not remember him either. He did Formula D. He was probably at this point 18. Solid driver, and I say that even though he is the infamous lead driver of the 5-car pileup at DUI many years ago now. But yeah, this was his first car. I think his first car. Anyway, his first one I knew him in anyway. Young guy, very talented. I think he's into Land Rovers now. Not quite sure. Sean Hawley, and the last time he was ever cool. Hi, Sean. Yeah, Alex definitely drove these cars to the edge of their possibilities. He was pretty aggressive when he drove, and probably why he did somewhat well at Formula D for a little while. He didn't attend many events, but I think mostly the West Coast ones, like most of the Northwest guys did. But for him, it was an extra jaunt from Edmonton was he in Edmonton or Grand Prairie down to Evergreen or Oregon to California. No, this might have been Lauren. I don't remember. Too many cars to remember over the years. I'm pretty sure this was Chris Scremin. Was that him? Might have been. Somebody remind me who these Albertans are, because I don't remember. Yeah, I think that was Chris Scremin. Oh man, times have changed. Somebody remind me who all of these people are, please. I feel like some of them still drive, and I should know this. Anyway, this was this was a real challenge for some of the guys from Alberta who'd never driven this track before, because it's very different than the ones they were driving. It's a lot smaller and a little more technical, I think, especially the way they had the comp layout. So there was a little bit of struggling at the beginning, but I think most of them got it by the end. Yeah, there's Jordan with the right wheels on. Sean just get punted? I think he did. Nope. Yeah, I don't remember who half these people are. It's gonna bug me now. Alright, so we have Alex Lee in the middle, Jordan on the right, and who was, no, I don't know who that was. Yeah. I don't know. That was a long time ago and my brain does not remember. Let's go with Evergreen Drift. Oh. I believe this was a Casey Torres. Was it? Yeah, I think that was him. He had a tie rod break or something and he went straight to the wall. Big hit, he was fine, but it was a pretty solid hit. Yes, when Jordan came down to run grassroots from Kelowna. Hot boys. I think he's got a, I don't know, I think he does grip racing now in an FD or something. Really don't know. I haven't seen much of him in years. Another one I won't remember. Ooh. I think this was Tom? Maybe not. Oh, that's Nikki again. Nikki San Miguel. There's Mark. I think this is still, yeah, this would still be SR time. So his SR made like 260 horsepower at the wheels, and he drove it like you wouldn't believe. Oh, there's me, so that's gotta be Josh taking pictures. And there's Joey. Oh, Dio. I think this car was still SR at this point. Yes, it was. He worked for Olympia Nissan for years. Then he and his girlfriend, they moved out to Hawaii. He brought he traded this car, I think, for a R32 sedan. Brought that out to Hawaii, and now I think he's got a 350Z. I don't know, it's been a while. Can't remember who that was. Oh, Jesse Hayes. Jesse always had the weirdest swap cars. At some point, he came out with a Corolla with an RB26 in it. I don't understand why or how or anything of the sort. This was a E36, I think, with a stock motor in it that was turbocharged somewhere. I don't know. This is Jesse Hayes anyway. More of me doing silly things with my stock car. Yeah, I lost the lip by then. I had a lot of fun in this stage. I think it was pretty stock motor, pretty stock everything at that point except for suspension. But the car was reliable, and I drove down to Evergreen all the time. Well, I drove the car everywhere. It was my daily, so I drove it literally to events. I drove it home. I drove it to school. I drove it to work. That car went everywhere, and it lasted many, many years. Here's Joey. Oh, one of the guys from Alberta came. I forgot about that. There's Tyler Grimsley. Mike Phillips. Oh, I think this was in... No, there's the other Galen. I forgot about this. So there's two of us in the Northwest. There's Galen and Galen. We don't look anything alike. Don't get us mixed up. He runs a really cool CNC shop. Builds like race car parts and NASA stuff. And I build websites. He's a skinny beanpole and I'm not. But we do share a name. Different spelling, but a name. Anyway. I missed driving with him. He was fun to drive with. That was Tom Toon. Don't know who that was. It's gonna bug me. It's me again. Man, that car was fun. Oh, yep, 300ZX. You don't see a lot of those in drifting, but when you do, they're real fun when they get them right. More Joey. Oh, this was Chris. This thing ripped. It was the most reliable, most consistent car ever. It had a 2JZ in it, and I think it was pretty stock, a little bit of a boost upgrade. But he just went lap after lap after lap after it just never quit. Rarely ever broke anything. It was just solid. Here's Peter again. I can't remember who that was. Or that. That's Tyler and I don't remember. Somebody remind me of who these people are, please. I do not remember. So there's... I think it was Michael Tweak, and in the back there, he's done the LS RX-7. And Matt Van Kirk in the front. Yeah, this is Pro-Am stuff. Oh, it was Corey. I think in the car on the left there. This is Rob Primo, when he sold in Pro-Am. Mike Phillips and Jeremy Richter. Man, none of these people drive anymore. There's me, there's Joey doesn't drive anymore. I do sometimes. I don't think Nikki does. Chris doesn't, I know of. Joey doesn't. Still can't remember who that was. Oh, who was that? Oh, I can't think of his name. Damn it, who? That'll come back to me at some point. Oh, Nick Jimenez. I think that was I'm gonna butcher your last name, but I think that's who that was. Matt Van Kirk. These were both fairly mid-range power SR cars. We had a lot of that going on in Pro-Am for a while. Then Jeremy Richter had a JZ car. There's Corey Keyser in his... I think this was a V8 car. Oh. Hi, Joey. There's Matt Risher. Oh, yeah, this was the round that Joey won, wasn't it? Yes, it was. First place. There's proud little Joey. Hi, Kelly. I haven't seen you in a while. Mike Phillips. Yeah, this is one of the few events Joey came to, and his girlfriend came. Perfect timing. Oh, I remember this. Wait for it. So that's me on the left, Joey. Takeshi in the background. Oh, damn it. Jun, that's what it was. I always forget his name. He ran away to Toronto to do aerospace things, and every time I smell menthol cigarettes, I think of him. And Joey! What are friends for if you can't get them wet? Anyway, that was a little bit of grassroots and Pro-Am event. I think this was Formula D Pro-Am. So in 2012, Formula D ran a Pro-Am series every year they came to visit, where we ran the same week. I don't know what it was, but anyway. Pro-Am usually ran the Friday morning. Yeah, something like that. So that's Steve Thompson. And I can't remember who that was. He came up from California, and I don't remember his name. But anyway. There's Galen, Mike, Rob Primo, Jeremy Richter, never has a hood on because, you know, Jay-Z things. Why can't I remember who that was? Yeah. Oh, this was Victor Moore's car. He did. I think he built this car just for this year, for 2012 anyway. It was pretty sure this was a SR car. My memory's not serving me well. Yeah, Corey Keyser, Jeremy Richter. Ooh, Ken something. Ken Law? No, Ken Ing? I don't know. Yeah, he was doing well up until this moment. Just kind of straightened up behind him and lost it all. Steve was actually doing really well for, I think this was his like second or third time around the bank. Oh, we made Ian sign some Drift Safari stickers too. That was fun. Okay, so 2012. Oh, Josh Mackey. Haven't seen him in years, but he was the, I guess, main brains behind NW Motive. We see him out all over the place. They did our car event or our car show for us at Nissan Fest for a couple of years. Did things like Forum Fest. They still do a lot of those kinds of things too. He's not really involved much anymore. I think he's passed it on to somebody else, but number of years. And the the godfather of drift photography, as I put it. Everybody knows who Drew is. You go anywhere with Drew, and 100 people will say hi to him. It's pretty hilarious. One of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. But anyway, haven't seen him in years. He lives in California. Doesn't do a lot of drift media stuff anymore. Does a lot of work with streaming stuff now, which is really cool. Anyway, hi Drew. You still owe me a visit in Canada, by the way. So, Formula D Pro-Am, Ian for, or no, where this is pro stuff. So this was the year, I think, one of the years that Ian did pro. Mike Phillips did pro. Kyle Pollard did pro. This was an SR car too. Oh, I saw this car. I swear I saw this car in a video a little while ago. I can't remember who drove it. All I remember is this guy was really tall and drove a Miata. And it blew my mind every time that he actually fit. This was Andrew Coombs. This was an LS. This is the Portland Speed Industries built car. So this was an LS car. It eventually made its way down the road to Brody Goebel, who competed in Pro 2 in it. And now Brennan and Kai Wallstrom have it and are going to compete in Pro 2 in it now too, I think. Mr. Von Gittin Jr. Oh, Conrad Grunwald. Man, this brings back memories. Reese Millen. Whatever. I don't know what happened to him. Like, he lost his factory sponsorships and then just kind of disappeared as far as drifting went. I think this was the last year he really tried. I think he realized that he could make a better living and a better life doing other. I think he does like rallycross and stuff now, and does a lot of R&D work and factory work and stunt driving and stuff like that. So, ooh, nope. Who was this? Nope. No idea. And this was Dennis Marzanis, I think. I got that wrong, but I think that was who that was. Yeah, it's got to be who that was. Oh, Walker Wilkerson. He had a pretty good run at pro for a couple of years and then disappeared. And this car I think it was right after this car got stolen. He built a new car, then campaigned it for like 2 events and then disappeared. Well, I think I've seen a couple pictures of him. He's got a really good business going now, and a wife and a kid, at least one. Yeah. Be nice to see him out having a drift car again. Hopefully he didn't get rid of them all. Oh, okay. So this was the Denofa year. So I remember this now. Was it Bergenholtz? Bergenholtz Racing was the guy that owned this car. I don't know what transpired there, but Jun Mang used to drive the car, and then this season, Denofa took it over. Don't know what the plan was around that, but he came in and took over the car and drove it. Yeah, I mean, campaigned it well, but Jun Mang was driving it for a couple of years, so it was a little bit of a shock, and nobody really said anything about it. So I don't know what the story was behind that. Oh, this was Kenny Moen, I think. Yeah, this would be right. He campaigned this car and then an S14 that they built. Yeah. Ian doing Ian things. Don't know why he's on the e-brake in the middle of the bank. Andrew, what are you doing? Yeah, Brian Bell. He drove hard this weekend. Pretty young guy. I don't think he ever came back to Formula D, but he put on a damn good effort for this. I mean, he, as you can see, went in real hard. Pretty sure this was this Odie? I think this was Odie Bakchis. Yes, this was Odie. This was before superchargers and all that kind of shit. Like, it was just an LS S14, and he ripped it. Yeah, Dennis Martonis, Kyle Pollard again, Matt Powers. That's a name I haven't seen in a while. I think he still has this car. I think he does Nitto Enthusiast Day or something. But that's a name I miss. I miss watching Matt drive. It was just so much fun to watch drive. Like, you could just tell he was having fun. Oh, Matt Field and Dayo Shihara. Oh, that's a blast. So I think this was, like, the S13 was probably the most successful car Dai ever campaigned. Again, like, pretty stock S13, well, not stock, but S13 with a lot of suspension work done to it, but power plant was just a nicely built LS NA. Ran great, and I think he won 2 championships with that car. Matt Field, this was his first year in the S14, I think it was. Might have been his second year. I got CX Racing on as a sponsor. Got tire sponsorship, and really, I guess, started to push into this year. Ooh, that was Ken Gucci in the FRS. And there's Frederick Osbo in the TC. There's a better look at Walker. Alex Lee came down from Alberta. I was just talking about him earlier. I still can't remember who's driving the RSR car. It's going to bug me. Oh, shit. Who was in the... So there's Ryan Turek on the left. And the Retex, I think it was... Yeah, that was Ryan Turek. That was the Ryan Turek year. And in front of him was... Oh, was that... Was that Tyler McNamara? I don't know. More Walker and... Oh, there's Robbie Nishida. He had a good run in this car. It was pretty simple. I don't remember what he did, but it was just like a 2J. I think Daigo built this car. Maybe not. And I know Daigo has it. I don't know where, but somewhere in his collection of cars, this car still exists over in Japan. Oh, a little bit of Mission Raceway fun. So I'm pretty sure this was Kevin Dodd. This was, or is, the current Evolution Auto shop car. Yeah. It's a Turbo Civic. It's got a K-Series turbo in it now. It makes some ridiculous amount of power. But I think this is the same car. I don't know. I'll have to ask the guys at Evo to go dust it off and see who it is. There's Kevin? That was Kevin. So for years, that's Kevin's wife's car. For a couple of years, we would go out and race because her car and my 180 were fairly similar in time-wise. So we get some good races. But now they're nowhere similar. I think when I did the turbo upgrade, they went and bought slicks so they could be competitive again. Yep. That's the car. And there's the Dodd himself. Times have changed. There's a bunch of Kevins that work at Evo Auto now. There's Kevin, and Kevin. They all do different things, but yeah, it'd be nice to see this car out, and maybe in 2021 it'll come back. Nice to see it make some passes again. There's Bonnie. I forget who it was. I knew somebody there. There's me, so that'll be Josh taking pictures. Oh, yes. Galen versus Bonnie, or Kevin, or one of the two. I think Bonnie kicked my ass this round. Okay, who gets... Oh, light's green. Oh, we both left. Alright, let's see how we do. Oh. Yeah, pretty sure Bonnie won that one. And then we get on to the burnout contest. I don't know, still racing? Still racing. Oh, 240 time. Yeah, pretty sure I whooped him. Oh, that's what it was. I forgot about... Okay, so we were talking about this van months ago now, but that caravan in the back there, he would show up every once in a while. When it first showed up, it had no stickers on it, had nothing. It was just like a stock looking caravan, and it was fast. Like I think it was like mid 13s. And first, like a stock caravan, it destroyed some hearts for sure. And like I definitely saw people in cars that had put fairly big amount of money into get beaten by this guy in this van and immediately pack their stuff up and go home. It was fun to watch. But it was a 2.4 turbo. I think he had built it a little bit, but it was quick. It was good fun. Anyway, I thought I saw it for sale a couple months ago, but I am now wrong. Now that I see the picture of it, it was a different van. Oh yeah, my dent. I forgot about my dent. That's a story for another day. Oh, that's a good shot, Josh. Well done. God, my car looked weird. Not designed for drag racing at all. It's got all the grip in the front with a, looks like a 255 3517 on the front with the 123S and some Sport, like ATR Sports, I think, in the rear. Yeah, this was they were like 265 ATR Sports. I don't know why I did that, but I did. It was good times, that one. Oh, Bonnie, sorry. Anyway, Mission used to do a burnout contest, which you can see in the bottom left corner here. There's a burnout pad. It was just a little concrete pad. And we went and did burnout contest and did burnouts on it. Well, you had to do a burnout for 45 seconds. So, being the dumbass that I am, I stuck it in third gear and dumped the clutch. I mean, they wetted the pad for you, but still. So, stock transmission, stock axles, everything, third gear, dry dump. And it went. I was surprised. I was very surprised. But it definitely went. And I did a 45-second third gear burnout. And it was fun. I couldn't hear the guy yell stop or go, so I'm assuming it was 45 seconds. I couldn't see anything at this point in the car. But I won a trophy, so, and a prize. I still have the trophy. I don't still have the prize. But that was good fun, that one. Okay, so what have we got here? Oh, this was one of the NW Motive events. It was called, no, this wasn't that. This was the day after Formula D. So this would be the Sunday after. It's called Tandem Mayhem. So they invite all the FD drivers to show up. That's what we're on? Yeah. And, oh, there's a Sean Brown. Oh, it looks weird without a beard. Sean, grow your beard in. Faster. Eric Hagan. Dylan. Ian's rubbing the stickers off. I think, yeah, this was Dylan in Eric Zapata's car, I think. Oh, David Wheaton. Man, these are just bringing back memories. Jordan without stickers. So that's Eric Hagan in the front with a 1J, I think, in the car at the time. Logan Legacy, Sean Brown in his FC. Jordan ripping it up in the Miata. This is Eric in his S13. Man, none of these people have these cars anymore, except for Sean. Like, I think Sean's the only one that still has the car. Don't remember who that was. I think that was on. No, that was Chris Uhl, I think. I think so. Kelly had a has, I don't know, I haven't seen him in years, but so it was a 1UZ powered Corolla. And it was fun. Like, I like 1UZs, but I don't like 1UZs. Like, they just don't make a lot of power for V8. But when you boost them, they make great bounce power. Oh, Corey in the S13. I think he tried to do Pro 2 in this car. That was his goal. I don't know if they ever got that far. So this is Chris Uhl, who works for Formula D. He's the backup judge, I think, currently. And Joseph Lynn, who competes in Pro 2 in an E46. And America. Hey, Logan, look the other way. Nope. All right. David Wheaton. He's got, honestly, like the coolest cars ever. He's got like a half tube framed Raptor right now. A Pro 3 BMW, I think. I think he still has this car too. I'm not sure, but yeah, I'm seeing him out. Mustache man. He's got an epic beard going right now. Oh, Taka. Taka runs a drift school in California now. If you ever want to learn how to drift, go see Taka. You get to try basically like stock motor cars and actually learn how to drift on low power and learn well. He campaigned this Corolla for probably close to, it's got to be more than 10 years. Yeah, like I think he campaigned this car for his entire career in Formula D. So it's got to be at least 10 years, probably 12. I don't know. Had different like motor packages and stuff, but same Corolla. There's David and his Mustang. I don't know what happened to him. I haven't seen him in a long time. Oh, Corey Keyser and... I can't remember his name. Anyway, this was the season that he did this campaign with eBay that he built this entire Mustang off eBay. Or things he ordered off eBay anyway. I'm pretty sure they bought the car, built the whole car off eBay. Oh, Tony Angelo, now the host of Hot Rod Garage. I don't know if he still has this car. I know he still has his BRZ or GTA 6 or whatever you want to call it. Alex Lee, Mike Phillips, Roland Gallagher. Yeah, this was one of the years he campaigned into Formula D. Oh, why can't I remember his name? Somebody remind me. Oh, this was Donnie Jones. Oh, somebody hit the wall. Ooh. David Nedelcu, that's who it was. Eesh, that's a big hit. Steve Thompson. Yeah, anyway, that was Tandem Mayhem. That was a good event. I like those events. But now usually they go down to Park for Ryan Turk special day. I think this is Victor's car. Victor Moore. Not 100% sure, but I think that's who that was. Galen Callahan. Kelly. No, that wasn't Kelly. Who was that? I don't remember who had that car. Oh, so this is... Anyway, let's go back. This is In Motion. This was an event put on by NW Motive. Blah. It was a car show held out in one of the pavilion halls, and then a drifting event held on the track. So you'd get to walk between the two to check both of them out. Andrew Larson, I think this was when he finally reskinned the roof, so it wasn't so wrinkly. Or Roland. That one's gonna. I think this was Cameron Moore. I think this was the car he eventually campaigned into Formula D. I think this was one of his first seasons at a Pro-Am, or on the 5/8 anyway. Yeah, I think they went down and did Vegas Drift and some other stuff in it, and then Matt Van Kirk, Galen Callahan. That car was starting to get real dialed when he finally gave up and decided to start his own business and some other stuff. That was really, really cool car. Mike Phillips, Victor Moore. So I don't know what it was with Victor's car, but always the front corner would always fold in whichever way he was going. No idea why. I think it was just some loose zip ties or something, but it was funny because Rob Prebo. This is one of the last years he campaigned a car in any sort of like competitive drifting. 2012, maybe it was later. We'll find out. Mike Phillips, Nick Jimenez. That was Kyle Pollard again. So this was another Kyle Pollard car. I don't remember why he was driving the Corolla and not the S13 at the time, but this was an F20 powered Corolla. I believe it ripped the 5.8s. It was, I mean, not enough power for it, but wow. It was, I'm not going to say fast, but he could keep up, which was fun for like an NA powered 4-cylinder. And Donnie Jones. I wonder what he's doing these days. Kyle Pollard, Nick. Corey missing body parts is not unusual. Forget who was doing what here. That might have been Kelly. So Evergreen used to do 8th mile drags up until I think like 3 years ago now. They had a bad accident and just stopped doing it. But yeah, we used to periodically pull out a couple of drift cars and race them against some of the local drag guys just to see if drift cars were fast. But this is mostly what we did was Browns. I wonder whatever happened to this Corolla. I don't know. It was pretty rad. Yeah, might have been him. Victor, that doesn't look good. I love Rob's car. Especially since the wastegate comes out the mouth. Or I used to anyway. Yeah, that was Cameron Moore. There's Casey Torres. There's Vert. I was surprised he tried the 5.8s in this thing. Like, it was severely underpowered for the 5.8s. You get some pretty big balls and pretty heavy foot. But, I mean, he managed to get his way through it. Man, that's like... Okay, let's go back a little bit here. So... Yeah, so... Okay, Rob Primo competed in Formula D. Roland Gallagher competed in Formula D. Matt Van Kirk competed in a couple of different series. Mike Phillips competed in Formula D. Cameron Moore competed in Formula D. Casey did not. Kyle Pollard competed in Formula D. Kelly didn't. Galen did not. He ended up going to work for Dirtfish, I think, at the time. So he competed, like they were competing in Rallycross. And he was working for them, I think, at the time or something. But Victor competed in Formula D. Man. Primo. Yeah. This was a big year, I guess, for Andrew Larson did not. Nick almost did. Like, he was a couple of points out of getting his pro license. Donnie never did. He did pro-am for a couple of years, but I don't know whatever happened to him. Oh, that was Chris. That is Chris. Well, I couldn't remember that. Anyway, he's a local guy from up here in Canada. Drives once in every 5 years or so. He pulls out a car and drives it. But anyway, this was the event he chose to drive. Yeah, Cameron Moore. Matt Van Kirk. Roland Gallagher. Galen Callahan. Mike Phillips. Victor Moore. Andrew Larson. Rob Primo. Casey didn't even get out of his car. Seen better days, Casey. Oh, yeah, that was top 16. There's Chris. Oh, yeah, I remember this now. Andrew had a problem with breaking stuff. He'd have a little hiccup or something, and he was just running the car so to the edge that every little hiccup ended up in disaster, like this, where he hit the wall again, bent some stuff and broke some stuff, and not a great day for him. That's a nice picture. I like that one. Motor's getting hot. Hood comes off. Victor. Yeah. It's bringing back some crazy old memories. I still can't believe he campaigned this car on the 5/8. Like, I just don't understand. Like, not in a bad way or anything, but he did really well for a car that made less than 200 horsepower, or maybe a little bit more, but not by much. It was an NA, I think it was an NA 2-liter. But man, it was just wound out, and that thing ripped. So from left to right, it's Kyle Pollard, Victor Moore, and Matt Van Kirk. Oh, Victor making speeches. Oh, yes, on the car show. I did make it to the car show. I do like to check both of them out. There's Russell from Nissan Parts. Probably one of the cleanest S14s I've ever seen. I can't remember who built the car, but that thing, you could always eat off that car. Oh, Russell. 350Z. I think that was a Team Menace car. Just a very nice, a very nicely done car. Nothing crazy about it. This was a pretty wild little S2000. I love the paint. Anyway, that was In Motion, and that was 2012. So I'll probably try and do another couple of these as I sort through my pictures. I've got 2013 lined up. That's going to be a long one. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's probably like 500 or 600 pictures to go through. And then 2014, I just started sorting out, so back through the ages we go. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys another day.